by Tony Attwood Arsenal entered November 1924 in 7th position, with their first match of the month away to Bolton, who are sitting 3 points below Arsenal. 1 Birmingham City 1-2-7-2-3-1-1-1-1.000, 16 2 Huddersfield Town 1-1-5-5-1-1-6-6-2.667 15 3 Notts County 1-2-6-3-3-1-3-7-1.857 15 4 West Bromwich Albion 1-2-6-3-3-1-4-9-1.556 15 5 Sunderland 1-1-6-2-3-2-1-1-1.909 14 6 Manchester City 1-2-6-2-4-2-7-191.421 14 7 Arsenal 1-2-6-2-4-1-2-1-1-1.091 14 8 Barry 1-2-4-6-2-1-8-1-8-1.000 14 9 Liverpool 1-1-5-3-3-1-9-1-4-1.357 13 10 Aston Villa 1-2-3-7-2-19-1-6-1.188 13 11 Blackburn Rovers 1-3-4-5-4-1-9-191.000 13 12 West Ham United 1-2-4-5-3-1-1-2-0.917 13 13 Newcastle United 1-3-2-8-3-1-8-1-6-1.125 12 14 Leeds United 1-2-4-4-4-1-4-1.000 12 15 Bolton Wanderers 1-1-3-5-3-1-8-1-6-1.125 11 Bolton had 2 wins and 2 draws in their last 4 games, and on this occasion kept up the run with a comfortable 4-1 win that seemed to suggest that Arsenal's good run earlier in the season was now over. Arsenal's win and the draw at the end of October after the defeats to Bury and Huddersfield had steadied the ship a little, but losing 1-4 away to Bolton on the 1st of the month did remind supporters of the 4 goals conceded against the champions in the second week of October. Conceding 4 twice in 5 games suggested things were not right in defense, especially as Bolton were 15th in the league. Arsenal used exactly the same team as had played against Tottenham, and they had exactly the same player score the only goal, Jimmy Brain playing it inside right, but Bolton were in a rich vein of form as their unbeaten run extended on through this game and indeed reached 9 games in total. In fact, apart from this 4-1 victory, the run included a 6-1 win over Preston and a 5-0 win over West Ham. Their position in the league belied the new strength they had found. Most worrying for Arsenal was that despite their earlier success, Arsenal now had a shocking away form with 1 win and 1 draw out of 5, having scored 4 and conceded 9. Their one hope had been to stop Bolton scoring and then keep them frustrated while Brain Wood nipped in with a goal. That last part happened as Brain got his second goal in 2 games, but the defense simply didn't get to grips with the fact that although Bolton's home form was not as good as Arsenal's, in fact no one's home form was as good as Arsenal, they had only been beaten once at home in the league, which made Arsenal's task even more difficult. And Arsenal sank into the bottom half of the table, with the knowledge that 2 of the teams immediately below them had games in hand. The following day, Sunday, the 2nd of November, the Sunday Express became the first newspaper in the world to publish a crossword, complete with instructions on what one had to do. At least it might have proved a diversion from the football. However, beyond Arsenal's parochial concerns, more interest was focused on the fact that the league table now had new leaders in the shape of Notts County, the team Arsenal had to play next. Founder members of the league, County had never won the First Division, but they had won the Second Division 3 times, and the FA Cup once. However, they were existing on crowds of under half those of Arsenal, just 13,350, and indeed less than Millwall of the 3rd Division South. Only their neighbours Nottingham Forest had a lower average crowd in the First Division. Away from home, County had won 3, lost 3 and drawn 1, having scored just 6 and conceded the same number. In fact, although they had a very average attack, they had the best defence in the league. On the same day that Arsenal played County, the 8th of November 1924, Robert Turnbull, Arsenal's record scorer of the entire night and era with 20 goals in 35 league games in 1,922 thirds, was transferred to Charlton Athletic. In all, he played 59 league games and scored 26 goals, but he had played 18 games in the previous season and scored just 6 goals, and it was felt his time was past. One can only hope that night and followed what Turnbull got up to subsequently and contemplated his own part in the player's decline, and the number of goals he scored thereafter. Meanwhile, the Times column on the county game said it was an unpleasant game to watch, and this comment reveals to us another part of County's newfound success, a combination of the offside trap plus pure thuggery. They even had a player sent off in this match, Cock, a rarity in the 1920s, but even after that Arsenal could not battle through the 10-man defence. No one watching the game had much doubt why the crowds were so low. Arsenal were now 14th in the league, just 1 point and 1 place above Tottenham, although 6 clear of Burnley and 21st. What had looked for a brief moment like a great triumph of a season in the local derby now looked like the preface to another night and disaster season. On the 10th of November, Arsenal played in the second round of the London FA Charity Cup, this time away to West Ham. As always, Arsenal played predominantly their first team, although Tom Whittaker got a game. 0-2 down at halftime, Arsenal lost 1-4. G. Collin also got a game, his only first-team match. Mackie got the goal, a penalty. But then things turned round once again, for on the 15th of November Arsenal played Everton in Liverpool and won 2-3. Everton started the day 2 points and 3 places below Arsenal, and Arsenal, as we have noted, had a poor away record. But most of all, Everton were extraordinarily erratic. In September and October they had gone 8 league games without a win, including 4 straight defeats. Then they reversed the trend and went 4 without defeat, but this loss to Arsenal was the first of 4 straight defeats. Add to this the fact that Everton's home form was poor. They had only won 2 games out of 6 before the Arsenal match, and there was a chance of anything turning up. Here's the Daily Mirror report, retrieved by Andy Kelly, which takes us onto another issue. Curious incident in game with Everton at Goodison Park. Few people expected the Arsenal to win at Goodison Park. Everton pressed in the first half, but could not beat a fine defence, and just on the interval Ramsey scored for the Arsenal. Everton made all the pace at the start of the second half. Irvine soon equalised, and Hargreaves gave Everton the lead. In a ding-dong finish, Young equalised and then Ramsey scored the winning goal. There was a curious incident in the game. The FA, in changing the corner kick rule, did not say that the ball should not be played twice in succession by the same player. Chedzoy, in taking a corner, hit the ball 10 yards, and, following up, sent in shot before another player had touched it. The referee obviously agreed with Chedzoy's idea of the rule, for he waved for the play to proceed. So what was going on? In an FIFA commentary on the change of rules to allow goals to be scored direct from corners, it is suggested that this Everton v Arsenal game was the first in which this mistake in the rule change was exploited. The FIFA commentary is erratic, but it gives us enough to confirm the Daily Mirror report. Here's what they say. Way back in June 1924, the International Football Association Board (IFAB) modified Article 11 of the laws of the game to allow goals to be scored directly from a corner kick for the first time. Upon reading about said change, a sports journalist from Liverpool called Ernest Edwards found a loophole in the new edict, which he shared with the powers that be at Everton. There's nothing in the book as it stands to prevent you dribbling the ball right into the middle instead of kicking it from the corner. Why not try it out and see what happens? Edwards had an ideal accomplice for his experiment in the shape of Everton's then forward and usual corner taker Sam Chedzoy. Following Edwards' suggestion in a game against Woolwich Arsenal, Chedzoy placed the ball for a corner kick before calmly dribbling it goalwards, while everyone present looked on in amazement. When the referee began to reprimand him, the winger simply asked him, "What's in the rules to stop me doing it?" Of course there was no Woolwich Arsenal FC in that season, but as we have seen above, Arsenal certainly did play Everton in that season. Now the story gets odd, because elsewhere in the article it says that following the event there was an emergency meeting of the IFAB, who amended the rules in early August 1924. The first goal struck after the rule change was scored by Billy Alston later that month in Scottish Second Division action, although the first to be dubbed a GOL Olympica would not come until October. That would suggest the rule was modified in June 1924, and supposedly Everton played Woolwich Arsenal. And then the rule was changed again in August 1924, which makes no sense, but Andy's finding of the Mirror report confirms it was in this match away to Everton that it all took place. FIFA simply have the dates wrong, and the name of Arsenal. Ramsey got 2 of the goals, his first goal since the opening game of the season, while Young, returning to the centre-forward role he had occupied in the previous season off and on, scored the other. I want to stay for a moment longer with the corner kick rule, since as we have already seen, this is the season at the end of which the rules were changed in relation to the offside law. 2 things are to be learned here: one, that the writing of the rules was sloppy and not properly checked, and the other that even FIFA don't have proper records of proceedings. This is important when we come to discuss the offside law, which as we have seen was causing concern on the basis that it was reducing the entertainment level and thus reducing crowds. But will come later. For now we move on to the 22nd of November as Arsenal returned to Highbury and played a goalless draw with Sunderland. Sunderland were second in the league before the game, equal on points with Notts County, who were still topping the table. And Sunderland's away form was good. They had won 4 and drawn 1 of their 8 away games thus far, so the goalless draw was another step on the road to recovery for Arsenal, if not very entertaining for the fans. On the same day Sydney Hoare was purchased from Luton for £3,000, and remember we were still in the era of no transfer over £1,000 according to Knighton, and closer than ever to Knighton to the writing his memories. He really ought to have remembered that purchase. Although he had played on both wings for Luton, Hoare played more often on the right than the left for Arsenal under Knighton. In fact, all his 19 goals in this season were on the right wing, with first Toner and then Hayden sharing duties on the left. Even the arrival of Chapman as manager in 1925, and the transfer in of Joe Helm in 1926 did not stop Hoare playing an important part in the team. It is said in some reports that Joe Helm, who cost much the same as Sid Hoare, and was a tremendous success, forced Hoare out of the team, but this was not the case. Indeed, it was Hoare's ability to play on the left and right wings that helped him force himself back in the side later in his career. He played at outside left all the way through the 1927 Cup run, including the final, and played his last game for the club on the 2nd of March 1929. He then left Arsenal in September 1929 for Clapton Orient for a fee of £1,000, having played 117 matches for Arsenal and scored 18 goals. Hoare played at Orient for 1 season before retiring in the summer of 1930 at the age of 35. Thus I think on occasion Knighton deserves credit for some of his transfers. He lacked the skill of Chapman to meld a team, and his reputation is forever soured by the lies he made up for his autobiography, but his network of scouts, who were not wound up by Sir Henry, we might note, although that is also what he claimed, served him well. With the football, the month ended with another good result for the club against with Cardiff City. Arsenal were sitting 12th in the league and Everton 5 points behind in 18th. Thus Arsenal were not at the dizzy heights of earlier in the campaign, but their free fall down the table with 6 defeats in 10 games between the 17th of September and the 8th of November seemed to have come to an end. Indeed, although the 1-1 away draw with Cardiff was hardly a stunning victory, it did suggest more stability. After all, the club had not lost in 3. Young played his 3rd game as centre-forward and got his first goal, and Brain returned after missing 2 games through injury, but it was Lewis in goal whom the press made star of the show. There was talk that he could go on to great things, as could Brain. Here is the top of the league table at the end of November 1924. 1 Notts County 17.8631672.286 22 2 Sunderland 1794430191.579 22 3 Birmingham City 1794419191.000 22 4 West Bromwich Albion 17935211331.615 21 5 Huddersfield Town 17776 422-121.833 26 Bolton Wanderers 1676332-191.684 27 Aston Villa 17510228211.333 28 Newcastle United 1859427-191.42 199 Manchester City 1875637 31 1.194 1910 Tottenham Hotspur 1866625 181.389 1811 Arsenal 1774617 190.895 18 And here is a list of the games for the month. RND date. Opposition H. A Compress score. Crowd 13 the 11th of January 1924 Bolton Wanderers AFLL 1-4 18,014 the 11th of August 1924 Notts County HFLL 0-1 35,002 the 11th of October 1924 West Ham United ALFACCL 1-4 10,015 the 15th of November 1924 Everton AFLW 3-2 20,016 the 22nd of November 1924 Sunderland HFLD 0-0 35,017 the 29th of November 1924 Cardiff City AFLD 1-1 20,000 We are currently evolving a complete series on Henry Norris at the Arsenal. Perhaps the most popular element in the Norris story is that of Arsenal's promotion to the First Division in 1919. The most complete review of this, which puts right the numerous misunderstandings of the events of that year, appears, and most importantly cites contemporary articles and reports, such as the minutes of the FA meeting where the promotion was confirmed, and the reports in local papers thereafter, is set out below in these articles. After that there is a complete index of all the articles in the series in chronological order. The preliminaries, the voting and the comments before and after the election, the second libel exposing the second libel against Henry Norris, the summer of 1920. The third allegation, the fourth allegation, did Henry Norris really beg Leslie Knighton to stay and offer him the hugest bonus ever, and if so, why were there no new players? The fifth story, the sixth allegation, the seventh allegation. Here's the year-by-year account. We are adding 2 or 3 new articles a week. The Henry Norris Files Section 1 1910 Section 2 1911 9 to 1911 Arsenal escape relegation. 10. The summer and autumn of 1911 Section 3 1912 Section 4 1913 Section 5 1914 Section 6 1915 Section 7 1916 Section 8 to 1917 Section 9 to 1918 And the end of the war. Arsenal in 1918. Chapman's downfall. Votes for women. Schooling for all. Arsenal erratic. Norris at the Arsenal. March 1918. Crowds drop. Rationing. The war turns. April 1918. The third wartime league ends. Ireland rebels against conscription. The 1917-18 season, Arsenal's players and the final league table. Autumn 1918, Arsenal winning, the war grinds to an end, crowds return. November 1918, war ends, FA, league quarrel, Henry Norris is called on, again. Norris at the Arsenal, 1-10 December 1918, allegations of corruption heard in court. Arsenal, 11-31 December 1918. A 9-2 victory. The chairman becomes an MP. Footballers unionize. Section 10 to 1919. The reform of football. The promotion of the Arsenal. Section 11 to 1920. The second half of the first post-war season and onwards. Section 12 to 1921. Section 13 to 1922. Arsenal in January 1922. Norris returns. Progress resumes. Arsenal in February 1922. Norris missing. Cup success. Relegation threatens. And a monkey. March 1922. Desperate times for Arsenal. Norris returns and the £2,000 transfer limit allegation overturned. April 1922. Arsenal and Man U fight against relegation. Only one survives. 1922, Arsenal's end of the season tour and summary of games. Norris breaks free, transfer fees spiral, terrorism returns, fixtures look awful. Arsenal, summer of 1922. Arsenal, September 1922, the first Hillwood arrives, Spurs seriously warned, Arsenal debts reduced. October 1922, Henry Norris withdraws, Arsenal in dire straits. Arsenal descend to the depths and miraculously rise from the abyss. Section 14 to 1923, Section 15 to 1924.